Every day we need new, fresh bread from God. We have particular needs that need to be met, and they will be addressed on today. The only way we can do that is by receiving a fresh word and being open to doing just that. So a new kind of man. What is a new kind of man? So we want to change our focus from the old thoughts that we had of what a good man is, because those thoughts are not serving our families today. The old way of thinking about a man is leaving our children fatherless. It's leaving our children with a man in their life, but not with a man who participates actively. We want men who are concerned and caring about our children and involved in our children's lives, not just as a placeholder. If you are a placeholder in a child's life and you are not serving as anything good in that child's life, then move over. There's a new man in town. Now, what type of man am I talking about? A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And what this means is that a man who is responsible, his thoughts and his intentions and his actions are going to lead up to a priority which says, I am going to make sure that my children and my children's children have a good start in life. Now, it is never too late to become a good man who leaves an inheritance for his children's children. I would like to tell you today that your job isn't doing enough. Whatever your 9-to-5 work is, it is not going to cut it when it comes to leaving an inheritance for your children's children. So whatever you're doing from 9 to 5, that is for somebody else. And whatever you do from 6 to 10, that should be for yourself. And to make sure that you are building a foundation and an inheritance for your children. I also like to tell you that your vision is going to be your provision. Amen. That means that whatever God, the Creator, is birthing inside of you, whatever it is that gets you excited, whatever it is that you do on your downtime without being coaxed and rewarded, whatever you feel happy about doing without someone begging you to do it, you gladly and willingly pick it up every chance that you get. Your mind is on it more frequently than it's on anything else. Whatever you love, whatever your passion is, that is where your focus and your energy should be put to great use in. So if you are a writer, if you love the pen, if you love telling stories or inspiring someone, then that is what you can spend your 6 to 10 doing. And then have a vision that you develop of what you want to do with your work, where you want to do your work, on what platform or venue you'd like to display your work. Because there are people out there who are in need of what it is that you have to contribute. And we are suffering because you're not sharing what it is that you have. You have awesome talents and gifts that are lying dormant within you If you are not working on the thing you love to do, if you're not working on your hobbies, then you are cheating yourself and you're cheating your family. There is a way to turn your hobby into your habit, into your means of a livelihood. But you're going to have to plan time to work that out. There is a new standard of what a good man is. Now, previously, it might have been enough to just bring home the bacon. It might have been enough to bring your body home at night. It might have been enough to take out the trash or change the car oil. It might have been enough to be good in bed. But I'm here to tell you that your children and women, we need more than just that. Now, there is a day that's specified when we'll talk about the ideal woman for this good man, for this new kind of man. And that would be the virtuous woman. But today is not that day. We're talking about the making of a good man. Okay? So the new standard is gleaning the responsibilities and the attributes of a man who is lining himself up, aligning his vision and his purpose in life with helping others and doing what is necessary to build your own empire, to ensure that you have enough to take care of what you have now and what your children are going to produce in the future. And it is not that difficult to do. It just takes some planning. And we are going to talk about planning today. I believe that every man in here desires deeply to be a good man. And with a little grooming, it is possible. Good men are not that hard to find. We have a lot of good men in spirit, but we need to cultivate some actions. The other thing I like to talk about is the thoroughbred. This is your seed. Now, there are a lot of self-starters. There are a lot of men who want to be everything that you were not. And this is the boy that you helped to make, or you had a hand in raising because of position and title. You were in their mother's lives or someone's life, and you happen to be one of the only male role models that the boy has seen. Now, if you have a seed, what we are going to focus on is teaching this child to have principles that align with what a good man is. And see, you have to be responsible. You have to have things lined up. Your intentions and motives have to be focused on building something great with your life, with your children in mind, passing down skills and trades that they can actually use if they so desire. What are you teaching your male children? What are you teaching by your lack of involvement? What are you teaching by abusing their mother? What are you teaching them by getting up every day, going to work a 9 to 5, and then going home and chilling like it's all good? You're teaching them mediocrity. You're teaching them that not enough is enough. You're teaching them to have low standards. Now, they are going out into this world and they are going to have families and children of their own. Now, we want our men to have high self-esteem. When you do right by yourself and the woman in your life, even if it's your mother or your sisters, when you do right by your children, you are teaching your children to have high self-esteem and high values and good positive self-image. But when you don't care, you are teaching your children that they are not worth anything to you. So when they go out here and they get involved with these women, they don't have anything to give, because if you don't love yourself, you definitely can't love anybody else. This is why we have so many domestic violence cases, because these men out here, they were raised by other men who just don't love themselves. And the Bible says, husbands, love your wives. And you should love your wife as you love yourself. But if you don't love yourself, then what does she have to look forward to? Nothing but a black eye, a bruised spirit, and low self-esteem herself. So let's change the course in our sons' lives, in our nephews' lives. Let's be the best that we can be. Let's go ahead and get focused on building an inheritance, making your dreams come true, working on your strongest, most proud, loving gifts and talents that God has given you. When you use your gifts and talents, you not only feed the world and share a little awesomeness with the world, but you will actually feel more fulfilled yourself. This is what's missing. Men have gotten away from their skills and the things that are rewarding the workmanship of their hands. When you're busy building someone else's dream, you can't possibly be working on building your own with the same tenacity. You have to take your own business and needs and desires just as serious as you take someone else's. If you're serious about going to work 9 to 5, making sure you're on time, then get serious about building your own business. You can give him 8 for now. Definitely give yourself at least 4 every day. And one day, those 4 hours can be a little more or a little less, depending on what you want. All right. So what you want to do is focus on your mind. Change your mind, change your life. You got to tell yourself that it's not okay to settle for less. You want better. You need better. Your children are relying on you. Whatever permission you gave to that spirit that says mediocrity is fine for me, I need you to cancel that and say, I need better, I want better, I'm going to be better, I'm going to have better, and I am going to provide better for myself, my family, my children. So when you get your mind right, the rest will follow. Our families and communities are in a state of emergency. What that means is you don't have much time to play and waste anymore. It's high time. It's time for you to align your vision with your purpose, with your actions, with your thinking, with your abilities. Line all of this up with what you think, with what you say, with what you do. Get on fire and get motivated doing what you love and teaching your children the same. They have natural gifts and abilities. talents that need to be cultivated and practiced. Everybody know that we have natural skills and abilities. But come on now, when you presenting these things to the public, you need to at least be groomed. Let's perfect the delivery method, okay? Let's shine them up and put them in a package or a box or shrink wrap. Let's get it. Put it on display. Offer it for viewing. I remember growing up seeing a scripture that says, your gift will make room for you. That means that the things that you know how to do well are going to make a great livelihood for you if you only use them. Why would you use the light of your eye, the talent of your hand? Why would you put it under something where it's hidden? Pull it out, bring it out into the open. We need you. We need your skills. Sometimes organizations charge so much for something that you know how to do very well that you could charge a fraction of the cost, and we will come to you because it's affordable and you love it and you're doing it because you want to share your gifts and abilities. But we see value in it and we're going to pay you for it. Why should big business make all the money? I want to put my money in the pocket of somebody who I can talk to and shake their hand, and they can provide some great customer service on a one-on-one basis. I don't have to go through a bunch of different menu options to get to the person who's going to actually help me. If you build my cabinets from scratch, then I know you know how to put a screw in it if it's loose. You're going to guarantee your work because you love it. You're going to guarantee it because it's not that difficult for you to do. And you want to make sure that your work represents you in the right manner. So come on now. State of emergency. We need you to stand up and take your place and hold down the fort that you have been given, so your children can rise up and walk with dignity and integrity, using their skills and abilities. What I'd like to tell you is that when you do these things, I can guarantee you are going to be different. You're going to look different. You're going to sound different. When people see you, they're going to say, what has changed? Is it a new haircut? Have you lost weight? Did you get a new suit? It's going to be your attitude. It's going to be your personality, because pride comes by taking action and doing the right thing. And being proud of yourself, it just illuminates a room. So this is a call to action. I need some men today to take a pledge to be a man who leaves an inheritance for his children's children. You don't have to have it all right now, but you can definitely get on the path and start today. How are you going to leave a inheritance for your children's children working at McDonald's? We're going to need something more. Do you rather put money in your children's hands today that they're going to spend at the corner store? Or do you rather put money into something for them for the future? For when they are 25, 30 years old, they got something to start their family off with, instead of immediately having to run and go to the bank and borrow some money. They'll have some change, some coins, some dollar bills of their own. And you can proudly say you contributed to your child's success and good start in life. I need some men who are willing to take a pledge right now. If you don't know how to do this, how to start the process of leaving an inheritance to your children's children, and you want to, you feel that what I have said have inspired you, and you know you want to do right by your children, you know if you have not been the man that you should be in your children's life. It doesn't matter what your father did for you or the lack thereof. You be a good man. You be a game changer in your child's life. Now, there are a few options you will have if you want to leave an inheritance to your children's children. Now, you could go spend half of your check trying to play the lottery. And then if you win the lottery, you can hope that you put some money aside for your children. But I remember hearing that most people who win the lottery, they just waste that money. So don't count on winning the lottery. Let's count on changing some behaviors in our thinking patterns. And let's do some things differently today than we've done yesterday. Let's put some things in place that are going to make a difference in our children's lives. One way you can do this is by building an empire. What business, what skills, what attributes, what do you do or have access to that is easy for you to do that you can turn into a business? I want you to focus on some of those things. And then hopefully narrow it down to one or two. That's what we're going to need you to do. Now, if you don't feel like working on this, one other thing you can do is to set aside money for your children. You can set up a savings account, or even better, put the money into an annuity for your child that is a delayed savings account for access. Granting access would not be for a number of years in the child's life. So when the child is 18, 19, 20, 21, you decide. But you start the process now. You start contributing now. You know how much your child would benefit from you putting away $25 once a month into a savings or something like it. Now, there are all kinds of tools that can be used today for something like that. If you don't know about these tools, then I want you to get with somebody one of these people who are willing to work with you and educate you and showing you the different options you would have concerning that. Now, another way this is done, it is through life insurance. You might not be able to give your child what your child deserves or needs today, but if you put $50 aside every month for an insurance policy, it is guaranteed that your child will have something in the untimely event of your death. Now, we all know as a fact we can't live forever. And nobody's performing some type of spell for you to die anytime soon just because you open up an insurance policy. Take it out. We need to get out of that mindset or thinking somebody's going to kill you for a few dollars. Now, what good is the money if somebody's sitting up in jail? It ain't that easy to get away with, not as easy as people think. So we need to stop being ignorant and fearful and talking about, I don't want to talk about death, I don't want to talk about no insurance. Even if you don't talk about it, that it's still going to happen, honey, one day or another. So you don't have to talk about it for life to take course. You understand? So let's care more about our children's future than the fear that somebody put in your heart a long time ago. Everybody's gonna die one day, but it feels so much better if you're prepared and you know you have done the right thing by your children. I need some men who's gonna take that pledge today. Raise your hand if you are going to pledge to leave an inheritance for your children's children. You might not know how you're gonna do it, but we have some people here tonight who are going to coach you and set you on the right path to doing just that. We need the new standard of a good man to take precedence over any other idea you had of what a man was before. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. How many of you today want to leave an inheritance for your children's children? That means your grandchildren, I'm sure. Everybody in here knows what your children's children mean. Leave an inheritance that is big enough for your grandchildren to live off of. Hey, how about that? You are awesome. If you can do that, you are more than awesome. You are the new kind of a man. So what we're going to do is all those men who have taken a pledge to leave an inheritance for his children's children, I want you to come onto the back of the room. We're going to take before pictures because you're never going to be the same again. You're never going to look the same. Once you take responsibility that you have never taken before, you've got to change. You're going to sound different. You're going to look different. You're going to smell different. You're going to smell good, like money, like a man with some responsibility who cares about what he put on this earth. You're going to look good, and you're never going to be the same. Come on now, everybody, give these men a hand. They have taken the pledge to leave an inheritance for their children's children. Come on now. Yes, 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 yes. We're going to give every one of you men one of these beautiful t-shirts that says, I'm a new kind of man. I took the pledge. And to every one of you, we're going to give for a special woman in your life. And her t-shirt is going to say, I've got a new kind of man. Woo! Come on now. I got a new kind of man. That's right. A good man with new standards to live by. Come on now, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. I'm Patricia Sunshine. I love you all, and thank you for having me tonight.